All right, look live, Jarvis. It's playtime.
Hello, folks. Welcome to this week's Spot Show live stream. Let me make sure. Okay. Uh, make sure the reverb went on again. Yes, I am Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. Got a few things to talk about tonight. Of course, do the usual AEW Dynamite recap, talk about WrestleMania, unruly fans, and maybe talk about Ric Flair a little bit. Geez, that guy just don't know when to just enjoy life, man. That's all. Enjoy life. Anyway, let's click the intro on and let's talk about some wrestling.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
All right, here we go. Yes, you folks know how this works. I am live in the living color, so pop up in the chats, talk about anything. Give me your opinions of what I discussed this evening and anything else you want to chime in about, or just be friendly, say hello. That works for me. If you're not watching this live, but watch it on the um, save video, hey, comments are down below. Hit me up, or again, just be friendly, say hello. Let me know you're watching. That's always helpful and polite. Makes me feel special. Anyways, where to get to first? Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, which that'll probably be later. Yeah, I pre-recorded that stuff, didn't I? I already got a commercial for that. Anyways, let's get right to it. What do we want to talk about first this evening? Let's see. Let's go ahead and hit up on AEW. Yes, excuse me. Uh, yes, last night was AEW Dynamite taking place in Portland, Oregon. I believe it was the Veterans facility, or crap, I forgot the name of the little arena. But anyway, they were there. Decent show. Can't really knock it too much. They had a pretty good main event for the AEW World Championship. Darby Allin taking on Tommaso Ciampa. I thought it was a good match, but I'll talk about that more later. So here we go. Show starts off. MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He came out not too happy whatsoever, giving out his accomplishments, of course, then complained about being cheated, saying Darby Allin hit him in the nuts, or below the belt, which he did, and demanded Darby come out and bring him his championship. Kevin Knight comes out. He is the new TNT champion. And he said, hey, I should be a Jet 2 belt right now, but thanks to you, I'm not. I hate you beat, but things turned out differently. MJF said, hey, if you really want me in the ring, won't you give me a shot at that championship? Knight said, all right, let's do it right here, right now. MJF calls out for a referee. Ref comes out, gives a, hey, you ready? Held the belt up, and then MJF left saying, look, we'll do this next week. And typical MJF fashion. First match of the night was Brody King going against Leo Rush. For me, thought the match went a little too long. I mean, seriously, somebody who squashed the, at the time, world champion, giving a little too much to Leo Rush. I mean, I can understand kind of getting a little bit because he's Leo Rush and he's doing his new whatever gimmick. But I mean, I sat through a Comiskey Rust fight during the Philadelphia Pittsburgh game. Pretty wasn't much of a fight. Got elbow the other player. Got elbow Rust. Guy slipped down. I mean, it is ice, and he kind of gave a few shots. And also seen a portion of the MLS game, Atlanta United game against the New England Renegades, I think it was. Uh, saw a few moments of that, and even a stoppage of game with a concussion protocol. So yeah, that's pretty much how long this match lasted. Doesn't matter. Brody King wins this one. He got on the mic afterwards, say, "Look, Darby, I'm proud of you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to not bring the violence." After that, Adam Copeland had a little backstage promos, challenged FTR, said, "Hey, I know you said no more chances between you guys and me and Christian Cage, but tell you what, make a deal. Even you not gonna be able to refuse. Put your titles up one more time at Double or Nothing. If we win, of course, we become champions. I know what you're saying. What's in it for you? Hey, if you win FTR, uh, me and Christian Cage will retire as a tag team." So no word yet if that's officially signed yet, but it seems pretty interesting. Next up is the ladies, Hikaru Shida versus Mina Shikawa. Slow pace match here. I mean, uh, it was okay, but it's not as fluent as special for what they're trying to be and do. Not just fluent enough, and it doesn't come off, real good and everything. So the fans were towards it too. Chris Statlander grabbed the kendo stick that Mina was about to use. She did hit the Falcon Arrow for the win. Again, like I said, not fluent enough for what they wanted to do. Now this was a good match. It is Will Ospreay taking on Mark Davis. Davis whooped up on Ospreay, kept working on that back and neck. Ospreay would hit the hidden blade, but couldn't make a solid cover, so only got 2 count. Davis nailed him with a pile driver, but he was too close to the ropes. Of course, Ospreay got the rope break. Mark Davis was spike Will Ospreay with a pile driver on the apron. The doctor guy came out, I forgot his name, and I complained about last week. Kind of comes out too much, but this time they gave us a little swerve. He came out and said, "Look, Will Ospreay is unable to continue, so winner of the match was Mark Davis." Davis was about to give Ospreay another pile driver until the Death Riders came out to prevent it from happening, then got carried off by the Death Riders. So that might be an interesting situation. Next, we got the return of Samoa Joe. Sweet Tooth. Yeah, we got the return of Sweet Tooth. Anyway, yeah, Samoa Joe made his return. Going against a local guy, I believe, by the name of Cody Chun. This is how you do it. The Hammernecker wound up messing up, because Joe was trying to wrestle the guy, but the Hammernecker effed up and slugged Joe, and Joe will commence putting a whooping on him. Chun raked the eyes, but missed a cross body block. Hey, nobody does it as Samoa Joe don't play cross body blocks. Just don't do it. Anyway, Joe ends it with a muscle buster, quick, easy fashion. Didn't need 2 or 3 commercial breaks. And finally, the main event segment, Darby Allin came up. He got his "You Deserve It" chant, said this is for his parents, his Mount Everest buddies, his fiance, and the people. Uh, MJF came out, demanded the belt or a rematch. Darby said no to both. You're going to have to earn your rematch. I thought they had like rematch clause anyway, but anyway, they decided not to do that on this one. Darby says you're going to have to earn it. This will bring out the main event match, AEW Championship match here. It is Darby Allin going against Tommaso Ciampa. I said a pretty good match. Ciampa missed a big boot on the outside. Darby did a dive from the ring post to the timekeeper's area, driving Tommaso through a table. Tommaso would get a good bit of color on this one. Tommaso hit the psycho driver from the top turnbuckle to the floor. I would say that's a little too much for just a TV match, but either way, Ciampa got a bunch of near falls, including a huge knee strike. Tommaso went for the scorpion, but Allen countered, kicked him in the head a couple of times, reversed it with a scorpion deathlock of his own. As much as Tommaso was trying to fight out of it, he couldn't fight out no more. Got and tapped out, giving Darby Allin the win by submission, keeping the championship. As he was celebrating, Brody King came out and said, "Hey, like I said, I'm proud of you. Already went to Tony Khan with your permission, and next week it's going to be me and you. So next week on AE Dynamite, it will be Brody King versus Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship." Excuse me, allergies. But yeah, like I said, it was a decent show. It wasn't better than Mania. I'll talk about Mania later. But but no, it wasn't better than Mania. It's good to see Samoa Joe back. Um, Fan of his, and I'm really becoming a fan of Mark Davis. I forgot his name was. I'm too bad his tag team partner's hurt. Uh, a feud I would do right now if I was Booker in AEW. Big Hoss versus Big Hoss right here. Mark Davis versus Brody King. Just let those two big bastards beat the hell out of each other. Kind of like like when Terry Gordy feuded with Dr. Death, or I really want to say Bruiser Brody and Abdullah, but both of them are a little bit better shape than Abdullah, but they had some knockdown drag outs too. But yeah, this would have been it don't have to be for a championship or anything like that. It's like, look, I don't like you. I'm the best big man in this. I'm the best big man in this company. And with the other person, like, no, I'm the best big man in this company. And let them just beat the hell out of each other. Decent show, minus points because of it had Leo Rush, according to Joe King. Yeah, I don't get. I just don't get it. I know when Shelton Benjamin made his debut, he went up against Leo Rush, gave him way too much as well. But and he's doing this new gimmick right now, and I guess I ain't seen enough of it. I don't watch Collision. Let me back up here. Well, I should have just went forward. There we go. So yeah, I guess he's doing. It looks goofy, but yeah, it does minus points because it does have Leo. But yeah, that'd be a kick. I think that would be like a good, just two big guys fighting it out. That's what the company needs. Well, I ain't saying it'll change the company around, but it'll just get a little more diversity. Not everybody's needs to be high flying and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I don't know why they. I would love to seen this on Dynamite. Not sure I'll be able to watch Collision this week, but uh, they're having Chris Jericho with the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin going against the Ricochet and authors of or the Gates of Agony, which would have been cool to see on, you know, Dynamite, I guess, but oh well. They're having it on Collision. Oh, there we go. Joe King with the Lords of the Ring reference. Yeah, he looks like Golem from Lords of the Rings.
My precious.
Is that him?
My precious.
But he kind of like. Never mind. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, I guess I guess that's what he's going for.
This is I am the Lord of the Ring. This is my precious.
Maybe that's what he's going for. I don't know, or some kind of, voodoo, um, something like Serpent of the Rainbow, whatever that movie was. See, I can pull some shit on my ass too, motherfucker. Let's see, what else can we? So before we get to WrestleMania, I guess PSA or whatever you want to call it. Apparently there's been some unruly. I mean, it's been kind of going on for years, especially the last few years, where fans were stalking people at the airports, hotels, and stuff like that, and it became a big deal this past weekend at WrestleMania. It's like I guess it's expensive now to go to the cons and stuff like that to meet the wrestlers, and I don't know. Sometimes if you don't get to the arena, at least behind the arena, behind the gate right there, very few come out to sign autographs. I can maybe slightly, very little bit understand, taking a quick shot on your phone and posting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Say, oh, look who I seen was in a hotel or in either a hotel or airport, some of that. Just do a random or whatever, not totally invading their space. Because I'm pretty sure after a long night, they're just ready to, or a long weekend, whatever. They're just ready to get on a plane and head home. Or if it's after a show and they're at a hotel, they just want to go in, check in, get in the room, and go. Just like normal people who had normal jobs. How would you feel if you're like after work, somebody looked on the internet and said, "Oh, this person likes to keep going to, goes to the store every day after work." So you got people stalking you in a convenience store or whatever. Then following you out, going. I mean, out. This probably wouldn't happen, but you know, go inside your neighborhood, outside your fence or whatever, and say, "Oh, go, hey," and bug you as you're trying to go home and rest. Eat some dinner and rest. I mean, that shit would suck. So, that's one thing I've like all famous people. That's the one thing I will say I am glad to be blessed with zero charisma, zero musical talent, bad looks. What else? No it factor whatsoever. Not the height that are built to be a professional wrestler or any kind of professional athlete. that's one thing I'm like pretty glad I'm say I'm blessed because I just don't think I could handle the stalking me at my home, stalking me at uh airport, stalking me at a hotel. I mean, I remember back in like the eight. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still bad now, but um, the tabloid newspapers and their paparazzi and giving out thousands of dollars to get a picture of me and whoever I'm dating or whatever, and it's like, nah, I just want to be. This is my time, I went filmed all day. I'm with family or friends or whatever, and trying to have dinner or trying to see a show or have a couple drinks. Now, sometimes those celebrities go to clubs, get paid by the clubs, a good chunk of change to appear at the clubs and have pictures, just let people take pictures of them so they can say, oh, such and such, went to this club. But yeah, there's a few things that happened this weekend. Let's see, and let's see. So CM Punk smacked the phone out of a fan's hand at the hotel lobby after WrestleMania 42. The footage shows a man following Punk's wife, which, come on, that, even though she's a famous wrestler too, still not cool. The footage shows the man following Punk's wife, fellow WWE superstar AJ Lee and Bailey as they were hugging. The man heard saying, "We love you, Bailey," before she puts her hand in front of him. So he was like within her space. Um, so yeah, you got uh, Bailey saying, "Hey, back off." That's when Punk came in. I guess smacked the phone out of his hands, gave him a cold stare while others intervened. At which point the man ran off, apologized profusely. During the incident at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino, the fan said he didn't intend to press charges on CM Punk, but wants an apology from him. No, dude, you don't get an apology for that. Um, I, like I said, when you're that close to the point where they can like touch you because you're invading their space and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if he was polite, um, and said, "Hey, Miss Bailey, uh, I'm a big fan. Would you mind signing an autograph or taking a picture?" And if they say, they might say yeah. If they say no, just go about your business. If they say yeah, just, say, hey, selfie, whatever, how you want to freaking do it, and just move on. Um, what was it? Last year, a couple years ago, something like that. Some fan ran into Jeff Hardy at the airport, and I guess he found out when his plane was coming in somehow, and got him to sign some inbox wrestling figures, not just one box, several boxes. And video shows. I mean, Hardy's pretty cool. He signed a bunch of these boxes and stuff like that. It's like, what the hell, dude? That's reason. That's the reason they want to charge an arm and a leg. You're part of the reason that people want to charge arm and a leg for go to these cons and stuff like that. And they, $45 for autograph and a picture and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if it's $45 or more than that, but you sign all those boxes, or he signed all those boxes, and I mean, I don't know if he kept one or just sold them all on eBay or whatever. And that's to me, that's not cool, dude. But yeah, he wants an apology. The fan and security issues in WWE's hotels during WrestleMania 42 weekend were far more widespread than the incidents that made headlines, and the sentiment among talent and nearly unanimous that TKO and WWE need to do better. So yeah, I think it was on Twitter or something like that, and somebody posted up. It's like, how come this don't happen with like NFL or other sports figures? And of course, I mean Hollywood stars, rock stars. I'm pretty sure they got their own bodyguards, but what the NFL does, I guess they give airports or somebody extra money to provide extra security for NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball players to be able to walk through hotels and airports, especially, so they won't get hassled a lot. Um, I'm pretty sure I would almost want to think the teams kind of provide some kind of security for the players and everything else. So I don't see why TKO couldn't do the same with them. It's like, provide a little bit. I mean, I know it probably costs a lot, or just get with the hotels and the airport saying, look, we got a flight coming in with some of our talent. Could you please provide a little extra security for those folks so they can just, walk through, get their shit, go home. And I thought CM Punk had a bus, but well, no, never mind. This was a hotel. My bad, a hotel. Like, yeah, I thought he had a bus, and I guess I would imagine that's why a few of these wrestlers do have buses. Uh, just think about it now. I guess if I was in that boat, I'd might cost me a little more, but I just have a bus too. But Fightful spent the week speaking with WWE talent about the situation, and the response was telling from the outset. When asked about security at the hotel, a number of wrestlers responded with the same question: what security? Almost unanimously, wrestlers across all locker rooms agree that WWE and TKO should provide on-site security for talent at major events when performers are staying at a neutralized location or centralized location. Excuse me. During most events, talent are responsible for booking their own hotels. At events like WrestleMania, accommodations are provided by the WWE, despite that a number of wrestlers choose to stay in different hotels specifically to avoid the concentration of fans and autograph seekers. Though Fightful was told that decisions make it more difficult for WWE to arrange travel services for those performers. The incidents that did become public were only a fraction of what occurred. CM Punk knocked the fan's phone away after a fan followed AJ Lee and Bailey into an elevator bank. Almost every talent Fightful spoke to said a fan had it coming, with only one wrestler expressing the view that Punk should have handled things differently. Anyway, his history of physical incidents. So yeah, Punk sometimes, right or wrong, kind of, especially away from the arena. I think, which I mean, I could get it. Like I said before, I can get it. You're not the arena no more. You're trying to go home or at a hotel trying to get some food and get some sleep, whatever. So anyway, WWE's, and like I said, his wife. That's a different situation. I definitely understand some dudes harassing my wife. Anyway, WWE sources do not expect legal actions. Royce Keys was seen asking a fan to respect his time. Booker T revealed a fan filmed him in the bathroom, something multiple other wrestlers privately echoed to Fightful. Seth Rollins had nudged a fan to step directly into his path as he and Becky Lynch were moving through the hotel. Shaw Waltman said he was physically assaulted and had a camera shoved in his face. Damian Priest. Sorry, I'm not being good with these pictures. Damian Priest had a confrontation with a fan who would not respect the personal space of female wrestlers. Of course, there's Royce Keys. As a big guy, leave a big guy alone. And that's a big jacked up dude. And that fan right there ain't too big, so leave the people alone. But anyway, Damian Priest had confronted a fan who would not respect the personal space of female wrestlers. A WWE source also flagged concerns about physical contact at meet and greets, knowing that videos and photos had surfaced of fans initiating hugs with talent, and encouraged fans not to make unsolicited physical contact with wrestlers, given both comfort concerns and health risks. Yes, this day of Me Too and all that, yeah, you guys, this if somebody's taking a photo, just hands behind you, whatever, or make a hand gesture. Don't, especially a female wrestler, don't touch. I think some of the female wrestlers will like a hug or shake hands with another female, whatever. But but yeah, yeah. These are different days, folks, and it's understandable. And some people are just like that. They don't like to be, touched. I can agree with that. Like I said, situations like this makes me glad I am blessed to have zero talent, zero charisma, no it factor whatsoever, not that attractive, and not the physical stature to become a athlete or professional wrestler, which they are athletes too. It's like the hold on a second, make sure. Anyway, but yeah, I mean that's between like TMZ shoving microphones in your face when you're walking away, or just minding your own business, trying to lead someone to a normal life. But the flip side of that is like, this is kind of, if you didn't really want this and you chase after fortune and fame and things like this is when if a fan respectfully asks for an autograph or a picture, I say, yeah, give him or her that opportunity. Say, yeah, here you go, picture, appreciate it. Watch next week or whatever. Buy my new album. Watch my next movie. Wherever your form of entertainment is. But I mean, just kind of, I don't want to say read the room. All right. Case in point. I hate to put myself in a situation. All right. Does anybody remember Ryan Klesko from the Atlanta Braves? I think he wound up playing for the Giants after us, I think. So this was a long time ago. Anyway, me and a coworker went to lunch at this place called Uncle Vito's Pizza in Lawrenceville. Not open no more. I don't know what's there right now, but great pizza. But anyway, that was one of our lunch spots, and we're sitting there, talking shop and eating our lunch, and then this kind of big guy comes in with a hot girl and a guy in a suit, not really, somewhat a suit, business casual, I guess. He walks in, and I kind of look, and I was like, told the coworker, I'm like, is that who I think it is? And he looked over and said, well, if you think that's Ryan Kolesko, then yeah, that looks like him. And he just nodded, but we kind of discussed like, should we ask? It's like, looks like he's with a hot girl. I don't know. I don't know if that was his girlfriend, wife, whatever. And guy in a suit, I'm pretty sure there's either talking shop contracts or something like that, and taking a break from all that and having some lunch. So I didn't want to bother the dude. It seemed like a little bit of a private time, it's not the ballpark or anything like that. So if it's probably at the ballpark, Yeah, and I had a baseball, and he looked like he was, in a situation where he could, or looks like he wouldn't mind, somebody asking for the autograph. Then so be it. But um, try, how can I put this? Try. Mm, trying to think the words to say. Um, trying to if he looks if a famous person, talent, whatever, uh, if they seem like they're in a spot where maybe they wouldn't mind it if you respectfully walk up to the person and say, "Hey, big fan of yours." A bathroom's not one thing. Okay, you're sitting there taking a piss, taking a shit, or somebody's one damn buggy for an autograph. I'm sorry, you'll get an autograph, all right. You're gonna get really wet or really messy really quickly if you're bugging me in the bathroom. Uh, yeah, I'd probably get lawsuits, but um, but yeah, that's I mean, especially in airports, if you ever did any kind of travel through it, having to fly somewhere, you know how big of a hassle it is sometimes, especially if you got luggage and all that good stuff. You got to go to baggage claim or baggage drop off and all that good stuff. Just understand, kind of put yourself in that same spot. It's like, well, that person looks like he's in a rush because he's trying to either get home or get on another flight to go somewhere else. So I think I'll just leave the person alone. Um, if they're in a hotel, hey, they obviously just got through work, so therefore they just want to go home or go to the room, kick back, and relax. So anyway, that's my little rant about uh, WWE superstars, wrestlers, all wrestlers, all famous people. Um, on how to try to be somewhat respectful. All right, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I will talk about WrestleMania. This past weekend's WrestleMania. So hold tight and enjoy these words from my sponsor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. All right, folks, I am back. Let's see. So, yep, this past weekend was WrestleMania 42. It is in the books. It is history. History was made here, folks, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say. He used to say that a lot. Um, Night one was okay. I thought it was okay. Also, if you want to, after this, of course, you remember that after this, go check out my WrestleMania recap, night one and Sunday. I think that's what they're doing now. Is calling it, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday. I didn't get the memo or just totally just didn't worry about it when I was labeling my videos. Uh, but I call, WrestleMania night one, WrestleMania night one, but WrestleMania Sunday, I was like, WrestleMania Sunday recap. So there you go. Um, all in all, I thought it was pretty decent, but give a rundown here. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso with LA Knight, defeated the Vision, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed. I Show Speed messed up a little bit, caused LA Knight to run into Logan Paul, got chastised by Austin Theory. Then ran into Austin Theory, and then LA Knight ended it with the uh, PT PTS. After the match, of course, Logan Paul got into IShowSpeed's business, chastised him a little bit, say, "Look, dude, you cost us a match." Started putting a whooping on IShowSpeed, laid him out on the table until the Usos and LA Knight intervened. Then laid Logan Paul on the table. IShowSpeed did the frog splash from the top rope to the commentator's table. And then after that, they all celebrated, hugged, and all that good shit. Next up, we had Jacob Fatu. He defeated Drew McIntyre in a unsanctioned match. I did notice, I had to kind of go back and watch. I did notice wasn't no advertisements, all over the sides and everything. So that kind of made the unsanctioned part kind of seem more legit. That was a good stuff here. I like Jacob Fatu. I like Drew McIntyre. Brought all the toys out, all the tools and everything else. But Jacob Fatu wound up defeating Drew McIntyre after that triple jump moonsault. Of course, he was on Raw this week and challenged Roman Reigns. Let's see. Next up, we had the Fatal 4-Way for the WWE Women's Championship. The Irresistible Force, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, putting their belts up against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and was supposed to be the Bella Twins, but Bella did not get medical clearance, so therefore they had to make a call to a friend. That friend wound up being Paige. Brie Bella and Paige wound up winning the tag team gold in that match, and got a little bit of controversy too, I do believe. They kind of did a four horseman pose, and Bayley did not like that shit one bit. She did kind of say something about it. Yeah, it was AJ Lee, the Bellas, and Paige did like a little pose holding up the four fingers. Yeah, but supposedly Bayley did not like that and said something about it on whatever social media platform it was on. Speaking of AJ Lee, next up we had a match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch did defeat AJ Lee to regain that championship. She was finally able to sneak that corner buckle pad off, and the referee didn't see it. When AJ Lee was charging her, Becky pulled the referee in between them two, nudged the referee a little bit, just enough so Becky Lynch could ram AJ Lee into that exposed turnbuckle, manhandle slam, 1, 2, 3, and Becky Lynch wins the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. This match, I say out of all the matches, it'll probably be, of all the matches on nights 1 Saturday, is probably like number 7. Not great, a little rushed, which you can kind of say that about a lot of the matches here. Next up, we had Gunther. He defeated Seth Rollins by technical submission, with thanks to the help of the returning Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins hit the stomp on Gunther on the commentator's table. Then we seen Braun Breaker just make this ran down the aisle and nailed Seth Rollins with the spear. After the match, he would do the same thing, run down the aisle again to nail Seth Rollins with a spear, but Gunther wins this one with the sleeper hold. Next up, we had Liv Morgan winning the WWE Women's World Championship from Stephanie Van Kier. Had a little bit of help from her friends, but Liv got this one. This match really did feel rushed. It seems like they could have done a little bit more in this match, but um, definitely this one felt rushed. Um, so they kind of it probably would have ranked higher because Liv does real good. Stephanie's been having really good matches as well, and it seemed like this. Barely Stephanie got any kind of steam going. Liv as well, as far as their heat and comeback, and then all of a sudden, poof, here's the Judgment Day interfering. But congratulations to Liv Morgan for becoming the new WWE Women's World Champion. And now it's time for the main event of WrestleMania Saturday. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. They took out what's his name, Pat McAfee to begin with. They attacked Cody for the bell rang. Cody then bounced back, hit Crossroads on Pat McAfee. Here comes Cinnamon Roll. He did a diving elbow from one commentator table to the other one on Pat McAfee. But he did sort of return towards the end. Had a referee shirt on, had a neck brace on, and did try to do a fast count for Randy Orton. Just did a regular slow count, but he wound up paying for it when Randy Orton gave him an RKO. Unfortunately, Randy Orton didn't look behind him because there's Cody, hit the Crossroads, winning this match and keeping the undisputed WWE Championship is Cody Rhodes. Then after the match, Randy Orton snagged the belt, nailed him with it, then hit him with that big old punt kick. And I meant to show another picture of the enclosed swollen eye. If you watch Raw, you've seen it blackened and swollen and everything else. Apparently, it's got a little bit. I can't really don't have on my notes the list of injuries to that eye, but it was pretty bad. Randy must have laid it in a little too good. Of course, he's a little bit thicker now. They did, now than from last time he did those punt kicks, but the punt kick has returned. Now that brings us to WrestleMania Sunday, which again, like I said in my recap, I was very pleasantly surprised by WrestleMania Sunday. Very good, way better than all of WrestleMania 41. First match of the night, a kid was pretty much made. Oma Femi defeated Brock Lesnar in 4 minutes 46 seconds. And I even tweeted out when Brock Lesnar was giving Femi the shoulder tackles in the corner, and Femi pretty much no-sold it and shoved Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar bumped around, and pretty much at that point I said, Brock did whatever comes out of this match. Brock just made that kid in that first move, but it was Obafemi getting up from a F5, hitting a choke slam, then the fall from I think it's called the fall from grace power bomb from Obafemi, scoring a pinfall. Fans definitely dig this from Obafemi doing a little walk and everything. So like I said before, he's had huge potential being, like Michael Cole said, the next big thing, like they said about Brock Lesnar. Just not only just being a world champion or one of the world champions, being one of those attractions that don't really need a belt. Just kind of like the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, just one of those guys that just come in and people are going to have eyes on whatever match he has in and pay to see the dude. And a surprising twist, after the match, Brock Lesnar removed his gloves, removed his boots, And it looks like as of right now, Brock Lesnar is retired. He acknowledged the fans. Fans, say thank you, chanted thank you, Brock, and thank you, Lesnar, towards Brock Lesnar. And he kind of gave a salute and acknowledged the fans as he was leaving the ring and outside on the stage. This match was really good too. Probably one of the better ladder matches I've seen in a while. It was Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio going against the Intercontinental Champion Penta. A lot of high flying stuff, except for of course Rusev. Rusev just threw people around. Poor JD McDonough, he got tossed around, kicked around, and got a little bit of shine too. He got to hit a Spanish fly, but other than that, really was a bump meister in this match. So is Javon Evans. Javon Evans, excuse me. Had a pretty good display. Didn't seem like he was worried about messing up. Just went out there and went for it. So he was pretty much a star in this match as well. But the biggest star was Penta. He hit the Mexican Destroyer on Javon Evans. That pretty much everybody was spent. He climbed the ladder, grabbed the title, and is still your Intercontinental Champion. Next up was a match for the WWE United States Champion. Sami Zayn defending against Trick Williams. Sami Zayn got some boos in this one. Even couldn't name you a song from him, but Little Yachty escorted Trick Williams to the ring, announced him, and got slung in a barricade by Sami Zayn. Did do a good job selling because he would kind of bounce back and prevent Sami from hitting the haluva kick, but Sami did bounce back, hit the exploder, went for another haluva kick, but Trick hit the trick shot, pinning Sami Zayn and becoming the new WWE United States. I was about to say WCW. WWE United States Champion. Match was 7 minutes 7 seconds. They could probably went a little longer too, but this kid Trick Williams, he looks like a potential star as well. This needs to kind of seems like it has a couple bugs, but nothing that can't be fixed. All right, next up we got a street fight. It is the return of the demon character. Finn Balor came all painted up, went up against Dominic Mysterio, and wound up defeating him in the street fight. Hit the coup de grace on Dominic onto a table, in the Slim Jim table inside the ring, pinning Dominic Mysterio. I thought this was pretty good as well. Again, you had all the kendo sticks and chairs and tables. Oh my, everything in this match. Now this match was a little better than I thought it was going to be. It actually went 10 minutes 8 seconds. Rhea Ripley defeated Jade Cargill, winning the WWE Women's Championship. So I guess after all, officially Rhea Ripley is now a SmackDown star. One of the better Jade Cargill matches, and we kind of talked about it. I've talked about it with friends, talked about it here. It's like they could they need somebody who can work with Jade Cargill. Rhea Ripley was more than able to do that. Wound up being a 10-star match. Even if it was in a Tokyo Dome, wouldn't have been a 5-star match. But it was really good. Jade Cargill did pretty good. Got somebody who can match power with her, and she was able to do her thing. And of course Rhea did a lot of selling. Io Sky came in and helped her out when Mention and B-Fab trying to interfere. But yeah, it was Rhea Ripley capturing the championship. Pretty cool setup too. She reversed the Jaded and counter with the Riptide to win that championship. All right. After that, we had the main event. The main event involved WrestleMania. CM Punk defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns. They say right here the match went 33 minutes, 56 seconds. Fans were very lively during this match. Don't think the fans lost interest in this whatsoever. Um, and I know there's like this big thing where uh, there was a spot where CM Punk was on the Tree of Woe, but from the on the outside, hanging upside down from the turnbuckle, and Roman Reigns hit him with the steps, causing that CM Punk got color, thanks to that. Either that or Superman punches. But they're like, oh, shouldn't he got disqualified over that? I'm like, have you been watching wrestling for the last almost 30 years? Especially last 10 or 15? Hell, it shocks me every time I see a match and they do something and, oh, disqualification. So, no, wasn't disqualification. But in the end, it was Roman Reigns defeating CM Punk, becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I think they said his 7th time. I guess combined with the WWE Undisputed Championship, blah blah blah. But this match was pretty good. And in my opinion, this wasn't that I was a Roman Reigns fan or he's a young up and comer. It was more about business. It's like, okay, we brought you back in here. You can't win every time. And this is the guy who was a star while you were gone, who were built up to be a star while you were gone. And it's time to do business. I think he probably should have lost a feud against Seth Rollins as well, but Seth was perfect on here. So congratulations, I guess, to Roman Reigns being the tribal chief, the head of the table again. He during Monday's Raw, he run the Usos out, and looks like the bloodline, I guess, is somewhat back together. Don't know if they're going to do pretty much the same thing, rinse and repeat again, but we should definitely see about that. Possibly wait a year. Roman's already said, hey, I ain't doing no part-time crap this year. I'll be here all summer long. So might be one of those deals where they build up Oba Femi, let Roman keep the title till next WrestleMania. Maybe kind of pass the torch a little bit to Oba Femi. Because it looks like they was kind of teasing on this past week's Raw of a Cody Rhodes CM Punk match. So I don't know if they'll wait for WrestleMania or SummerSlam or something like that. But all in all, I just looking at it as a fan, I liked it. Yes, way too many commercials. Few of these matches could have went a little longer. I think Liv Morgan and Stephanie Van Cure had a lot more to say in their match, so I think they could have went a little longer than 6 minutes and 50 seconds. I mean, I don't mind the not being 20 matches on a thing and all of them lasting 30 minutes. I kind of some people can do that, and some people can't. And when you just throw everybody out there, whether they can or not, to do it, and you leave things exposed, and fans do get kind of tired of it. Watching the AEW pay-per-view. The Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, you almost sniffed a double turn or something like that, because Cody was kind of wrestling like a heel. Randy was kind of being heroic. So hey, I got a back injury now. He ran to the corner post and wound up getting colored on that one. So Cody was kind of vicious on him on that part, but uh, so they started kind of booing. I mean, not kind of. They were booing Cody Rhodes. They did cheer after the finish, but when Randy attacked him again, and after he gave him the punt, the crowd was like, "One more time, one more time." So um, fans seem to dig the Liv Morgan regaining the championship. Um, don't think really anybody. Um, trying to think of anything else. Just off the top, I'm pretty sure there's something that the fans were kind of like on, but not really. Fans dug Rhea Ripley defeating Jade Cargill. Definitely like uh, seeing Io Sky at some point. Um, and let's just face it, Rhea Ripley's still maybe top 5 most popular performers, superstars in the WWE, wrestlers in WWE, man or woman. Um, but like I said, I was pleasantly surprised, and the card looked pretty good. Last year's card looked pretty good, and it didn't. It was okay at best. It was one of those. It's like when you like last year for me when I was watching it. I guess I there's a lot of stuff I was trying to like, and just yeah. But fans really, I think the fans in attendance seemed to really dig everything. They kind of didn't kind of confused about the Cody Rhodes Randy thing, but they booed Cody whatever, and it got quiet a little bit a few times, but they came around to the finish. Um, but yeah, I thought this was way better than last year, in my opinion. It does suck, it's like, hey, fans kept saying, oh, or especially the internet wrestling community, like, oh, we want something different, we want something different. Well, last year you got something different, you shed on it, so uh, and of course you got those people on there, they just can't wait till WrestleMania and say, oh, this is a disaster, it's over, WrestleMania sucked, you know. Uh, could have done with like the commercials as well, but I remember watching pay-per-views for days, and between every match they'll run like the same uh hype videos and stuff like that. That lasts about as long as the commercial segments, hyping up the beginning of some match. So it was just commercial equals, or back when they had the hype thing, it's like, oh, I've done seeing all these in the pre-show, back in the good old pay-per-view days, or beginning PLE things, especially on the WWE network. Either way, it was time to go use during that time, this restroom, um, get a drink, get a snack, or whatever time. I mean, I didn't wasn't no commercials during the matches. It was just in between. But like I said, used to be just the hype videos of the next coming match and stuff like that. So, uh, like I said, in both occasions, it was restroom and snack time. But anyway, this is all I got to say about this year's WrestleMania. Let me know in the chat or in the comments, if you're not watching this live, what you thought about this year's WrestleMania. The hell was that? There's ghost in my room. Ah. Okay. Is there anything I missed here? Do we really want to talk about Ric Flair? I mean, let's see. Oh, hello. So Oh, Ric Flair. So I guess he recently had some things to say about WWE where they're tarnishing his legacy. Sure, Ric Flair's has nothing to do with you doing the you know who I am moments in bars and crapping yourself inside stores. That's nothing to do with that. Yeah, yeah. Night one, night two was it was good. If you get a chance to watch it, check it out. I mean, night one, yeah, overshadowed or night two overshadowed night one, but I like night one as well. Yeah, Flair. I mean, uh, now he's going after James Romero, who's not a wrestler. He's a podcast host. Uh, but he does shows with Stevie Richards and does one with Dutch Mantel. By the way, it's show some respect by the name. It's Dutch Mantel, bad motherfucker. Okay, show some say his name with some respect. You know, he is a bad motherfucker. But yeah, he called like Flair or not. Well, Flair called Stevie Richards a geek, a punk geek, whatever. With an he said his fingers bigger than his Stevie Richards' neck. You know, insulting him. Kept insulting, Dutch Mantel. Kept calling him Zeb Coulter when he was in with because Dutch Mantel, bad motherfucker, was the manager of Jack Swagger and Cesaro and the other guy I mentioned last week, but his name was Zeb Coulter in the WWE. We the people. But yeah, even gave a story where I think Blackjack Mulligan was one of the agents. He told Lex Luger to say, "Hey, Lex, you're going against Dutch Mantel," and Lex apparently like to talk to him in third person and say, "Why is Lex Luger wrestling Dutch Mantel?" And it was probably for TV or something. I wasn't there. Who fucking knows? But but only thing they usually do is when Ric Flair makes the news, either um, arguing with uh, bartenders, having his "Hey, you know who I am" moment, crapping himself, uh, talking about I didn't get no WrestleMania invite because I threatened to beat up Ludwig Kaiser. Is like, dude, you're like 70 something years old. I think there was a conversation between Triple H and Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser would probably be like, look, I have nothing to gain, but I really don't want to whoop a 70-year-old man's ass. And of course, he'd say whoop in German. I think yeah. And it's German accent. I can't do a German accent. If I do, I'll sound like freaking Hitler or something like that, and that's not cool. But, but apparently, WWE, I don't know, kind of blaming WWE for tarnishing his legacy or whatever. It's like you're doing a fine job of that of your own, buddy. Uh, and usually when Ric Flair makes the news, uh, they do what a lot of these YouTubers, podcasters, whatever you want to call us, does. Even I done it. I don't report everything Ric Flair does, but uh, they This is their job to them, especially James Romero. He makes a living doing this, and I do recommend watching him. He's pretty good. Uh, him and the Stevie Richards show with him is good. Dutch Mantel with him was good. I mean, both those guys with James, very good chemistry, very entertaining programs. Um, but this is their job to make it, making a good living. I mean, he even said it, when I guess I mean, I did see a video. I go check it out where he responded to Ric Flair. It's like, look, my net worth right now is probably higher than yours. And I'm rich in other things. I got wife and kids and family and friends who love me just because I'm me. And um, no, I'm not famous or whatever. But yeah, really took a jab at the family part with Ric Flair, who's been married and stuff like that, and um, losing friend. I think him and Arn Anderson don't really talk that much, uh, and I think Ric Flair in that interview. I mean, he did this whole podcast interview with I can't think of the guy's name, but uh, I can find it and share the link if y'all want. But he says, I don't care. He kind of mentions like, oh, it doesn't bother me what they say about me. But then went into basically saying, then he he said it bothered him out loud. Uh, he said it didn't bother him, but it he said it bothered him without saying it bothered him. I mean, if it doesn't bother you, then ignore it and quit. I mean, I I will never know what it is to be a Ric Flair, a Dusty Rhodes, a Hulk Hogan, a Brad Pitt, a um Harrison Ford. Name them. I would not. Ozzy Osbourne, Brett Michaels, David Lee. I would never know uh what it is to live their life. Go back to what I discussed before. Zero musical talent, zero charisma, zero not so good looks, and then all the rest. Um, but at some point, I'll like to believe that when it's my time to kind of this, especially heck, even at my age right now, I'm like, okay, I've done my time at this in my entertainment world, made great money, invested well, didn't blow it on mansions and blow and hookers and booze. Um, I'm just gonna step back. I mean, if I could at my age right now, I've been like, I would definitely retire, go play some golf, go fishing, maybe take up hunting. Who knows? Except for the part where it's really cold and you really gotta get up early in the morning. And I'm like my career right now. Once I retire from that, I don't want to go back to doing that. Okay, I do want to fish and play some golf. That's it. I wouldn't care about going to some bar I mean, and I'm sorry. I mean, let me see if I can find a picture here. I know I saved one. Let me post it up here. Date, 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 date. But oh, there it is, way up there. But Ric Flair, right there. And don't get me wrong, folks. Ric Flair fan. Watched Ric Flair. Okay, I watched Ric Flair when I was a kid, and he was, in his prime, late 30s or early 40s, I think, at that time. But you know, Ric Flair is not 20, 30, 40 years old no more. He's let me look it up again. I'll look it up on my phone so I got Open up another window. If I can. He's 77 years old. 77. Yes, at 77, I want to play golf and do some fishing. That's it. What Ric Flair looks like, if I seen Ric Flair in the street right now, and I didn't know it was Ric Flair, he would look like some old dude who drives a Corvette, wears a bottle of cologne every day, wears expensive jewelry, and still tries to pick up 20-year-old girls will actually go to a club dressed like that with a gold chain, wearing a bottle of cologne, Corvette in the driveway, trying to pick up on 20-year-olds, which is disgusting, especially if you're 70. Yeah, he'll try and pick up on women who's 30, 40, 50 years younger than he is. And I'm sorry, dude. As some 20-year-old does leave with you, they're just after your money, dude. If you got any money left, um, he, bragged about, paying off a loan. It's like, dude, why you, most people when they pay off like a car loan or a house loan, they don't brag about it. They're happy about it. It's like, oh, that burns off of my chest, not brag about, oh yeah, I had this, $800 loan from Vince McMahon, and oh, I paid it. Apparently owed like High Spots some money, and they just kept the big gold belt for a long time. Then I think WWE actually uh, bought that back for him. Pawned this, the Rolex watch one time. Stuff like that. It's like that's not a Hall of Famer, dude. That's not a legend. Pawn the Corvette. He's got one. But I mean, I don't know if he's married again. I think him and that not sure what her name was. I know she was Fifi, and when Flair came back to WCW and had that Flair for the Gold segment, I think her name was like Wendy or something like that, or I can't remember. But anyway, I think they're divorced. That's another thing. It's like, why get married? Like, I can see, at most twice. I can see some people like, they probably got married when they're young. Then, when you marry someone when they're young, you kind of grow up, and sometimes you just don't have the same goals, and you kind of, one person sometimes wants to stay young and party, and the other one wants to like grow up and you know uh, build a good life for themselves. But yeah, Ric Flair is 70, nearly 80 years old, and he's still want to be. Yeah, okay. Richard Flair still wants at 80 years old, still wants to be the Nature Boy Ric Flair, as Ric Flair was back in the late 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it's like, yeah, you go out, do your little signings or whatever, get your check that way, get your bread that way. Uh, I think he still has a contract with AEW. Doing what? I have no idea. I guess Tony Khan just wants to give him a check every week or whatever, or however often they get paid. Which I think they recently released some people. Didn't talk about that, did we? But and the only thing, like I said, the only thing that James, Stevie, and Dutch did was just talk about all his antics. That's it. I mean, this is stuff that he did. I mean, it ain't damaging you or anything like that. And they're like, kind of like I am now. It's like, why? You got to do these great things in your life. You got to travel the world, be a star, uh, and let's call a spade a spade. Had a almost a rock star life. I mean, according to Jim Cornette, it's like somebody asked Jim Cornette, it's like, all right, compare the women, the rock and roll versus Ric Flair, and you know Jim Cornette's like, well, Ricky Morton, they had sex more times going in and out of the ring than I did in my whole lifetime. But they had the quantity, but Flair had the quality. So there you go. You travel the world, got to be with great looking women, made a lot of money, didn't save any, didn't invest any, but you made a lot of it. Uh, even got married to a very attractive woman, had kids. What, 3 kids? So why act like this? You know, first off, the antics. I don't know who's doing the handling or whatever, but does he have somebody kind of around him and saying, look, Grandpa, quit doing this shit. You're embarrassing us. And that's one thing, one of them says that, hey, at least my family or friends are, like being around me and don't cringe when they're around me, or even when they're away from me. It's like they're not cringing every day because figure you're going to do something stupid at nearly 80 years old. Oh yes, we're guys. Somebody on site got on a conversation while women outlive guys. It's like, well, quite frankly, it's like when we're young, from the time we can walk till at least 21, 22, there was a whole lot of hey Bubba, watch this antics, jumping this, jumping that, getting a little drunk and making a fool. And then you go to say construction or some kind of physical labor. You do all that, then you finally do retire, and it's like, oh crap, don't beat your body up. And without, yeah, yes, regular people who have regular jobs, especially in blue collar jobs, they beat themselves up. Not as much as taking bunts every night, but um, and trying to have a little bit of fun in life. I mean, they're probably not doing the I say past the age of 25 maybe. Most, I say the majority of guys. You got some guys who are just uh what do they call them? Adult teenagers who think they can still do the hey Bubba watch this, and anybody around them is like, "Ah, that's fucking stupid." You go from watching somebody do it and go, oh, that's funny as hey, that's awesome, to oh, that's funny but fucking stupid. But especially when you see older people do stuff, like I'm saying right now, when people talk about the Ric Flair antics, you know, okay, if I was a young person at the time, I thought it was funny as hell. But now I'm an older guy. The plane rides from hell, the walking up and down in hotels with nothing but a robe on, doing a helicopter trick. Um, and just for reference, okay, let's see. Now I might have to do a little math here, so bear with me. And and that's another thing. It's like, he was sitting there going, "Oh, I got Donald Trump's number. I got Charles Barkley's number on speed dial." It's like, who the hell talks about having speed dial? We all got cell phones and smartphone. Majority of people's got don't have dial-up no more. They got cell phones and smartphones. You just press the name and press the call button. That's it. So basically, everybody I know is on speed dial. Um, so yes, the plane ride from hell was 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago. It's okay. 2002 is 24 years ago. So Flair was what, 50? So Flair was 53. You know, close to my age. Little older than I am now, but uh, I'm 50. He's 53. That would be like me. Okay, he was 53 years old on a plane with all these other people, and some females who didn't know him, the stewardess, doing the whole Ric Flair open the wearing nothing but the robe, doing the showing everybody's dick at 53. That's pathetic. um, I mean, it'd be one thing if you was drunk at the party at your own house and people no lawsuit's gonna come out of it. You do it there, but not to say I would have done that, but I, they got sued from it. And he's 53 years old trying to flirt with some 20-year-old, uh, maybe 25-year-old stewardess at the time. I can't remember. I'll have to rewatch the Dark Side of the Ring if they said her age, but trying to hit on her, and I'm like, dude, really? Um, and I mean, let's just Ric Flair should have been uh the legend he is. He should have been like, guys, he should have been one of those people who said, all right, guys, let's settle down. I know you don't want to or if he's not going to be there to tell the guys to settle down, he should have been up at the front, hanging out with Vince, Jim Ross, and all them, talking shop or taking a nap, especially at that age. Not doing the same antics as the young guys. Not to say the young guys, just free pass, but youth does make you do dumb shit. Well, anyway, I think that does it for this week's Spot Show live stream. We'll be home tomorrow. Should be on home. Plenty of time. Plenty of time to start Wrestling Gold Friday night at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow's watch along. It's going to be a promotion. I think it was in the I want to say Northeast Indies. Might have been around Minnesota or something like that. It's got a young Lightning Kid, Sean Waltman, young Tommy Dreamer, and a couple other people, I think. So it should be kind of an interesting thing to watch. A little different. They called the promotion North American Wrestling Alliance. And it took place in '92, I think. So, like I said, it should be an interesting little watch. So join me for that. Remember, Wrestling Gold Friday night, where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling and wrestling was real, because damn it, it is still real to us. Sorry, I haven't developed a snappy line for Spot Show yet. So if you think of one, let me know. I might use it, maybe. Anyway, like I said, appreciate everybody joining me in the chat. For those of you who did not watch this live and are watching it right now, Appreciate you folks as well. Like I said, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about the Ric Flair situation. Can't call them fans, stalkers, who stalk wrestlers. Give your opinions on that. AEW Dynamite, whatever. Just let me know. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.